Kita dah bawa budak quite some time, back in 2010. During that time, with the limited funds, limited knowledge, we halted for at least 7 years macam tu to find the resources. Because involve duit wakaf. Kita punya mission ni actually kita cari talent-talent based on physical. Tapi kita zoom in dekat penerima bantuan yang orang susah. Kita cari di sekolah, then we ask the teacher, we are going to nominate your school for sekolah hangkat. We know that your school banyak atlet. Kita nak profile macam ni. So dia bagilah kita every year list of 10 to 15. Then I tanya dia, dalam 15 orang ni, siapa penerima bantuan yang bawah lagi daripada 40? Dia nampak yang okay, then I bagi trial for 3 months, nak test whether dia boleh tahan ke tak. So that is where we started. Kita hanya pilih atlet yang ada basikal. That means ada basikal, you pilih, you miss actually the raw talent. So kita pilih yang bukan daripada basikal, daripada berenang apa semua. Like Hafiz Dawish tu from swimming, macam Adi Panahatu is a rugby player. So we start small just to demonstrate to the state you can do mass. So like this guy umur 15 tahun, tinggi 180. This is what I'm talking about. 13 tahun kita spot dia 169. This is good size. Because in order for us to compete with international, you need size. We propose Anwar to step in. We have developed engines for 3-4 years. So we believe that this proper engine need assistance for a better coach, for tactical input. Hanya Anwar. It depends on what strategy you want to do in SUKMA, in your game. I will just fit in what you want. Modern approach, modern cycling. Daripada umur 12-13 tahun dah bagi power meter ni. Periodization kita more to the LTAD, long term athlete development. Kita 1% a day. It takes time. Of course, funding number one. Because without funding, you cannot procure all the high-tech, high-performance tools. And the thing, you cannot procure software in terms of monitoring like HRV. When you have all this technology, you can plan their training. End of the week, you know the training stress balance. Berapa balance lagi you boleh sesah dia. It's a game changer. First of all, you need equipment. With equipment, you can go to any untapped area. I give example, Sabang, wide area. Macam Sarawak juga. How are you going to attract a talent? You don't have the facility like velodrome. Tak ada. Road saja. That's why people focus on road and MTB. You don't have equipment as well. Macam mana you nak attract cyclists? Because the real talent is not the one that with bicycle. Because yang ada bicycle yang orang kaya, people that can spend money. We put that a different pool with equipment. This the real bawah B40 ni, that is the real talent. Tetapi you cannot reach that due to unavailability of the equipment. You tak ada bicycle basic pun. So you give them the basic, look at how they do it. Maybe you are able to cycle from 13 years old to 15 years old, complete 100k with a specific cadence. That is the modern cycling. Bukannya you kayu sajalah. How you measure your performance? You kena measure lebih awal. We started with very basic like Java 1800. I just bought for them like 10, get you for 3 months. Of course, after you reach certain progress, that equipment no longer suitable. Then you have to upgrade. Then money, different area, different talent, different breed. So you nak breed macam mana? Oh, mungkin sprinter kena negeri ni. Kita tengok kat sini, climber kat sini. Yang ada high altitude macam kat Sabah, high altitude. Maybe climber macam tu. But breed dekat Sabah dia stocky. Ramai yang stocky kat Sabah Sarawak dia stocky. Maybe you boleh cari Nek Azizul kat sana. Nak cari betul-betul talent. You kena ramai orang main ni. Macam mana nak meramaikan dia? Nombor satu, you belilah equipment. Get the people to rent it ke sekolah apa semua. Beli yang biasa-biasa je. You get everyone the same bike, same spec. That is the talent you nak cari. Betul tak? Tak ada facility, tak ada cerita.